Hey, what's good, everybody, man? This is J Dub, man. I'm back on the attack, and I just got done watching this New York Giants and Houston Texans preseason game. As you can see, I'm a Giants fan, so I'm gonna talk about my team. And man, we got some good, we got some bad, and we got some ugly. We need to talk about as far as our football team going into the week one of the football season against the Minnesota Vikings. And I only watched the first half because that's when our number ones was on the field, and the second half is going on right now, and it is what it is with that. Hopefully, we get some breakout plays with that. But I'm just gonna talk about the first half and the good and the bad and the ugly for that. So I'm gonna start with the good. The good is our offensive line is improved. I like what I saw from the offensive line. It was like there was those running lanes for the running backs to make plays out of. There was quarterback had time to make decisions and make throws. And just overall, it just is very very good to see that we actually have a competent offensive line. Because last year we didn't have that. There was no time. There wasn't enough running lanes. Every now and then we make a decent running play because we're okay in the running game, but our pass protection was terrible. There's no other way around it. That we couldn't move the ball in the passing game last year, and that was just kind of a problem throughout the season. It was good to see that we actually had some improvements on there with the new additions we had, and also with the new offensive line coach. From that we got from the Raiders. So it was good to see that all those changes that we made on the offensive line actually are translating into us having a decent unit moving into the start of the season. So I'm encouraged about what I saw with the O line. The D line also played pretty decent. I would say there's some improvement that can be made on there as far as just the pressure. We can definitely do better with pressuring the quarterback a little bit more. But I think that's more so the design of the game. We really wasn't doing a lot of nothing exotic, and not too many blitz packages. That were pretty much exotic. So I think that's the reason why we really didn't see a lot of sacks or anything like that from the edge or in tackle. But what I saw was I saw they couldn't run the ball. I thought that was where we were definitely strong at. Our front seven is going to stop the run for the most part. So pretty much it's gonna force pretty much teams to pass on us, and that's kind of segues into the bad. But I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, it's just overall, and I like what I saw from our front seven. I like what I saw from Big Dex. I like what I saw from Nacho, and I like what I saw from Elijah Chapman. I thought those three are going to be a solid rotation. We'll see about Elijah Chapman as far as making sure if he makes the team, but he should. I mean, he should. He looked like he was legit, especially on third down. They put him in third down, and he was creating some pressure on the inside alongside Dex. So I like what I see, man. He might be. I mean, we'll see if he pretty much keeps improving from there and becomes a big part of our defensive line, D-line rotation. Along with then we got Brian Burns, we got Kayvon Thibodeau, and we got Lizizo Jolari, making create some pressure as well. But like I said, I'm not too concerned about the D line. Like what I saw, long as we're physical and we stop the run, that's good. I think everybody was just playing, just out there trying to get their legs into playing some actual some game time football. So we should be okay. Then I like what I seen from the D line. I think the offensive line was the highlight of the day. The defensive line is kind of the they did what they need to do. They didn't give up anything too big. They did their jobs. I like what I saw from them. Another good is Malik Neighbors. I think Malik Neighbors was as advertised. He showed why he was the sixth overall pick in the NFL draft. And I think he dropped his first ball, and then after that he caught everything in his direction, and everything that was thrown to him that was decent. That he brought it down, and he made a play out of it. So he's as advertised. I like what I see from him, and I think he's going to be a big weapon in our offense. And as far as not only making plays, but also helping others make plays as well. He's going to create some opportunities for the other receivers to make plays, because at some point, they're going to want to give him more attention, and maybe put a safety over the top, or play some zones to kind of take some of his passing lanes away, and then that's going to create opportunities for Wan'Dale Robinson, who's a threat. Jalen Hyatt, Darius Slayton, those guys are going to have their opportunities to make plays because of all the tension that Malik Neighbors is going to cause on his side of the ball. Also, the running backs did pretty well. I like what I saw from Devin Singletary. He's good in between. Looks real solid in between the tackles. He can make plays out of that. That's kind of like something we really never we I wouldn't say we never had, but I don't think that was like one of Saquon's strong suits as far as just working between the tackles and pretty much getting positive yards out of there. I saw that from Devin Singletary. Saquon's always been more of a like if he's gonna hit that home run for you. Every now and then he's not really gonna get his yards in between the tackles or in the mud. But he's good. But if you give him that hole to give him a chance to get to the second level, he's going to turn that to a 50-yard run. And then also Saquon's good into the passing game as well. He made some plays out of the passing game that I thought that was an underrated aspect of what he brought to the table. So we're going to miss that, but at the same time, I don't think we're going to miss it too much because I like what I see from Devin Singletary. I like what I see from Eric Gray. I like what I see from Tyrone Tracy. I like those. I like what I see from all of them. I like what I see from Turbo. I like our running back rotation. I think we're going to be okay in the running game. It's going to be at least going to keep have the defense on the other side be honest with the running back game. So we're going to be good there. Now I'm going to talk about the bad, and in my opinion, the bad is I don't like our secondary as far as just we weren't aggressive enough. I didn't think we were playing aggressive. I think maybe hopefully that was just the game in itself. It was just us just not really wanting to do too much as far as the game's concerned because it's a preseason game. But I just when we play Ben, I'm not a big fan of playing Ben but don't break defense. As far as the secondary, that gives like defense offensive opportunities to kind of make plays. You don't want to give them too many opportunities to march down the field because teams are more quarterbacks these days are more they'll take what you give them. They'll if you're going to give them crossing routes, they're going to get like the 8 to 10 yard crossing routes. They're moving down the field. You want to do your best to keep the offense off schedule as much as you can. I think our secondary needs to just be more aggressive with being in places where they can make quick plays on the offense when they catch the ball. Or make a deflection. Get in the way for an interception. Be able to be right there to make the tackle. Because a missed tackle, it can turn a 5-yard slant to a 20-yard play. Or what a 8-yard in. They catch the ball and they cut it up the field. That could turn into 25 yards. Stuff like that. So we got to be more aggressive. That's how I feel about just it's our secondary, especially the safeties. I think the safeties need to be a little bit more aggressive in making plays. And I understand that the big plays what we're trying to avoid teams making, but at the same time you gotta be able to be on the ball. You gotta be in the space to where you can make a play and dislodge the ball or make a play on the ball. To where you can into play. And move the chains and get the second and get the third down. To where it's more pressure. And then our pass rush can actually make a play on the ball. So we got to get to that point. When we're staying on first and second down all the time. Because we're giving the defense opportunities to catch the ball and make a play on the ball. It's gonna we're not gonna have no opportunity to rush the passer. We're gonna always be in coverage all the time, and that's our linebackers and our edge rushers don't like being in coverage. So, it's just gonna create. It's just I just don't agree with that philosophy. Hopefully, that's just the nature of the game. As far as bending and not breaking, but hopefully going into the season, we start being more aggressive with our coverages in the secondary. So that was the bad to me, just the secondary overall. I feel like we can be a little bit more aggressive. The ugly is, you guessed it, the quarterback. Daniel Jones had a rough start to the game, to say the least. The first throw he made was almost a pick. The corner just dropped the ball. It could have been 3 picks, but he had 2. One of them was quite boneheaded, to say the least. He was backed up in the goal line, and he had like a small window to kind of get it to the fullback or the tight end, and he missed that window. And right at that point, as soon as he missed that window, he should have said throw it away. He should have threw the ball away and threw as far as he can to the sideline, but he didn't, and then he allowed the pressure to get to him, and then the pressure got to him. He decided he wanted to let go of the ball, and then he kind of sailed it off to the sideline to where the cornerback was on the outside. He caught it. He took it to the house for 7 points. That's just boneheaded. That's just, why would you you should have made, you need to make better decisions and make quicker decisions. When you have the ball, when you don't have anything, there was nothing on that play. That play was dead. Right when we snapped the ball, we had one chance to check it down, and then he missed that small window, and then from there he should have just immediately threw it away. Instead, he wanted to try to hold the ball for too long and try to make a play, and he ended up forcing it out, and then it led to a pick six. So that's unacceptable. We can't have those plays going into the season, especially in the season that you need to have. You need to have a lights out season to even be on the team. You're making it to where we had to make a decision on where. And if this is the right, if we need to move in this direction with you as a quarterback, I don't want you to, I don't mean we drafted you number 6 overall as well, and we had a lot of high expectations for you, but you haven't lived up to them for the most part. You had a good 2022 season, but you didn't, because that's what we need. We don't necessarily need you to be a 30 touchdown, 5 interception quarterback. If you find a way to be that, that's great. But we need you to be more 2022 quarterback, where you weren't making a lot of mistakes. You're taking what the defense gave you, and you're running the ball when you needed to run. You were just making good, decisive decisions and not giving up the ball. We need that from you this season. We don't need you to be this all-world great quarterback. I think that's the misconception. Everybody wants you to develop into this all-world quarterback, but that's not the case. We need you just to manage the game and make the plays that the defense gives you. That's it. Throw the ball away if you don't have it. That's it. You have now you don't have any excuses. You have weapons. You have an O-line. You have running backs. You have everything at your disposal to be successful and to manage the game properly. Last year you didn't have that because you didn't have an offensive line, so we'll give you a pass on that. But this year you have all the infrastructure in front of you to be successful. Now all you have to do is just make the right decisions. The second interception, that was a little bit more acceptable, but at the same time you threw the ball short to where the cornerback had an opportunity to make the play. If you would have threw it a little bit further and got it over Jalen Hyatt's shoulder, he would have had an opportunity. Either he would have caught the ball or it would have went out of bounds. Those are the type of plays you need to make. The last drive before going into half was much better. You made all the right decisions. That's what we need. We need you to do that. We need you to throw back shoulder throws, make throws to where only your receiver can catch the ball. The scoring drive when we got the 7 points. You threw the ball over Darius Slayton's shoulder so only he can catch the ball. He made a great play. Throw those over the shoulder throws, back shoulder throws, just whatever. Don't throw those short bullets to where the cornerback can make the play and get an interception on you. Give the ball a little bit of loft, make it a little bit more of a jump ball to where the receiver has an opportunity to make a play or bat it down to get it out of the cornerback's hands. To where they can't make a play or have it go out of bounds to where nobody can make a play, and then we can go to the next down. Those are the type of situations. Those are the type of decisions that you have to be better at making, and those are and be able to place the ball a lot better. When on your throws. But I seen that on that last drive before the half. I seen the improvements and the lessons learned from that. So hopefully that translates into the beginning of the season, the start of the season, where you've learned from those 2 picks, and it leads to you being more of a decisive quarterback. I'm praying that those jitters were just those 2 plays. You got the jitters out of you with those plays because you're back on the field now, making with the actual game reps. So that's we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty sure that the media and Giants YouTube is going to be going wild over pretty much the results of this game and how Daniel Jones played. But we all gotta sit back and say, all right, we'll see. Hopefully, there's just lessons learned, improvements that need to be made, going into the season. So if anything, I'm glad this game was more of a lesson, was more of a learning experience for the team overall. I think this shows this kind of shows our strengths and our weaknesses going into the season, and gives us kind of got a lot of film to kind of look it over and kind of see where we need to do better. Because I think last year was kind of more fluky. I think we were winning preseason games, and it was looking like, okay, yeah, we got a good enough team to compete, and then we got smacked by the Cowboys. Week one. Kind of woke us up and let us know that we're not as good as we thought we were. So I'm actually encouraged that this game was not a pretty game overall. It just kind of showed some strengths and some weaknesses, and gave us a lot of things to work on going into the season. So I mean, unlike everybody else expecting us to be lights out and be an all-world football team going in the preseason game, I'm more into just seeing the stuff that we need to work on, and getting better, going into the season. But there's a lot of good that I saw, in the game, along with the bad and the ugly. That we can be encouraged that we're going to be competitive this year. But the quarterback is something that definitely needs to improve as far as just decision making and ball placement. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, man, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. Go ahead and keep subscribing to me. Keep viewing. Keep those alerts up so you can see my videos pop up. Appreciate that. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna be doing videos. We're gonna do live videos in the start of the season with the Giants. We're gonna keep it moving. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully I don't have to go through too much misery this year. Hopefully it's just more excitement this year, for Giants football. But I feel like we're moving in that direction of improvement. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the start of the season goes, and hopefully that the stuff that happened in this preseason game get cleaned up going into week one against the Vikings. So we'll see how that goes. I appreciate you guys, man. I salute y'all, man. We'll see how the season goes. So you guys have a great night. Thank you.